Hey there, Doug. How's it going? This is Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 things that can help more people actually find your business when they're looking online. Look, I get it. You're busy running your business, and you don't have time to figure out all the internet stuff. And honestly, a lot of business owners just don't know who's an expert when it comes to this kind of thing. So here's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to show you 3 real things you can actually use, which are content, citations, and backlinks. No word jargon, no pressure, and if you like what you see and want to chat after that, cool, let's just shoot me a message back. All right, so let's jump right in. So first thing I'd like to talk about is your website content. And that is that your website needs more content, it needs more words on it. And I know that sounds simple, but hear me out. When people search for what you do, Google has to figure out which business to show them. And one way it does that is by reading what's on your homepage. If there's only a couple of sentences, then Google's basically like, I'm not really sure what this business does. And right now your site is sitting at about 999 words. And I went ahead and I looked up 2 of your competitors in the Richmond area, Hardscape Center. These guys are looking at 866, and Hardscaping Stone, and let's see, Stone River Landscape, sorry. And these guys are sitting at 439. You're slightly dominating them in this area, but for some reason they're still ranking. They're still ranking the first and the second. Why is that? I'll actually get into that very shortly. So, and it's content, you want to have keywords. And if you're not familiar, keywords are words or phrases that people search up each month to help resolve their issues or concerns. And you guys can miss out on a lot of potential customers by not having these keywords and by also not having them properly placed. All right. So going ahead and taking a look. So everything that you see highlighted, including these images that aren't logos, images, this is what Google looks at when they scan your site. So you want to make sure, all of these have the correct keywords in them, including these. So let's see. All right, so this one does not. You just want to, whoever did your website, you want to just make sure that all of the images and icons, everything has the proper keywords so that when people search up things, Google can show your business to them. All right, so next we're going to head on over to Ahrefs. This is a tool that essentially gives me behind the scenes details on things that Google looks at when it comes to ranking a site. We came over here for just a couple of things. One of them being your keywords. You guys are ranking for 72. And we're just going to look at what a few of those keywords are. Okay, and just looking at these. Okay, right. Okay. All right, these are okay. These are like some nice keywords. One of the things to keep in mind about local keywords is that you want to be found for, basically what you do and, your location. So this one is a perfect example. And you kind of want to you kind of don't want to rely on keywords with your business name. And the reason why is because not everybody knows your business name, right? So you want to be able to have keywords that are geared towards them. And let's go and actually show you some more examples. We're going to take a look at your competitor, one of your competitors. These guys are ranking for 20 keywords at the moment. Just going to scroll and see what some of theirs are too. All right, so hardscaping. Okay, perfect. This is a very good one as well. Pavers, this is pretty good. Hardscape Center. All right, and like I said, you want to not try to rely too heavily on keywords with your business name, okay? And then just going to take a look at one more. These guys are ranking for 28 at the moment. Okay, hardscaping, perfect. So they've got these too. And these keywords are one of the ways that your competitors can rank on Google, all right? So the next thing I actually want to do is I am going to take a keyword and place it into Google, and we're just going to take a look at what pops up. So, the first thing you want to get done with your stuff is that you want to get more words on your home page. You want at least 1,500 words, which is the sweet spot and which is pretty preferred from Google, all right? And coming on over here, and then we're just going to go on to this page. And then real quick, I know you might see like a bunch of ads when you Google your industry, and ads can work really well, but if your website doesn't have the basics dialed in first, you might just be throwing money at something that isn't ready yet. So you want to get your foundation solid first, all right, before throwing money, before getting having ads come up. And I noticed that you guys are up here, and also want to keep a reminder of that there are people with ad blockers. So there are tons of people who won't even see stuff like this. So it's not so you don't want to just rely on ads. Okay. All right, and now we're just going to get into the second thing I like to go over, and that is getting other sites linking to you guys. And what I mean by that is, so, when we searched up, hardscaping Richmond, and then this little map pack area, it happens whenever you search up like a ton of other things like plumber near me, restaurants near me, and you see these 3 businesses right here. This is the map pack, or the Google Maps section, and this is where your business's name, address, and phone number are placed. This is how Google verifies it gives relevance to your business. And in order to get up here, it's actually pretty simple. So there you go. There are basically directories where you can submit your name, address, and phone number, and you want to have them across hundreds of them. So BBB, Yext, City Star, Facebook, and many, many more. And the goal is you want to have more than your competitor, because it will allow you to have more trust from Google, that you guys are a real legit business, and they will in return bump you guys above your competitor, right? And the ultimate goal is that you want to be in the top 3 results, because this is where people click, and the higher you are, the more clicks you get. And how to actually go about getting these is there are tools out there that allow us to see what directories your competitor is listed on. We then want to match those. Right? But we honestly don't just want to match them, right? We want to get what they got, then add, 50 to 100 more, because then it will take them a long time to catch back up, right? And these are what we call your citations, all right? So that is what your citations are. And then we're just going to go into the last section that I'd like to talk about, and that is backlinks. And, when we scroll down to this area and we see these businesses right here, we want to be in the top 3 results. And the reason why is because, again, this is where people click. The more people, the higher you are, the more people that will click. And in order for you to get up there, you need to have authority. And how you get authority comes back down to a backlink. And a backlink is when one website links to another website online. All right. So think of it like this. If you have a local blog that talks about your business, they're like talking about best businesses to get your landscaping, hardscaping done, and having them point to you guys is a lot more effective than, say like Pizza Hut, right? Because you guys don't sell pizza. Heading back over to Ahrefs, this is a really excellent tool to take a look at. Let's see, backlinks, and we're just going to take a look at those. And you guys are sitting at 243 backlinks, right? And then, perfect. And then we're going to take a look at this other competitor. These guys are sitting at 231. And these guys are sitting at 276, all right? And then just to also reiterate and to express that, not all backlinks are created equal. Some of them are a lot more powerful than others. So you want to be careful in the type of backlinks you get. And you also, there are like one backlink alone that has so much power can beat 10 or 20 of them. So it's really, really powerful. How backlinks can work, and how to actually go about getting those backlinks is pretty simple. There are tools like Ahrefs that tell us exactly, what links are being sent to your competitors, and then we go get those exact same links for you guys, and that's how that will work, right? So, getting to the top, it's not magic. It's just, doing the homework. And so once again, to cover everything we went over content. You want to get at least 1,500 words for your homepage. This makes it easy for Google and people to understand your business. Citations. You want to get your business name, address, and phone number listed to 200 to 300 sites. This will beat out your competition by a long shot. And backlinks. You want to get other relevant websites to link to you so Google sees you as the go-to in your area. Do these 2 things and you're going to be way ahead of most of your competition. And now you can either run with this information I provided you and do this on your own, and I'm totally cool with that. But if you want to skip the learning curve and just have someone handle it who's done it a bunch of times, give me a call or a text at 218-517-5513. Either way, I hope this helped. Have a great day. Bye.